Hello, thank you for joining me on Awaken the Healer Within. Pardon me. Let's see. Let me share it to my communities. I'm super excited to be here. Apparently, I am not a good multitasker, which, you know what? You're not supposed to do that anyway. It's not even healthy. Okay, all righty. So here we go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Okay, so Instagram just went away, y'all. I don't even know what this is about. Let me try again. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I had to cue Instagram up again, y'all. So, welcome back, Instagram. Thank you for joining. I appreciate your time because you could be doing anything else, but you're hanging out with me for a few minutes. Another topic. Hey, baby. I'm going to talk about another topic that is something that we um, okay. So we need to definitely standing in this space where we know that it's time for us to awaken the healer that's within us. So many times we've been so disgusted with all the things that are happening within our bodies, because that is really and to awaken the healer that is within me. And so as we arrive there, now I'm going to tell you if you're dealing with all kinds of things. So um, definitely as you just really make a move to get yourself together. And I like to say, get your life right. Things will begin to come up, shadows will begin to come up that you're going to have to confront. Because the thing is that people fool you. Yes, we love the light, and yes, all that, but everything is not. So you have to integrate those shadows, and you have to, begin to step in this place where you're into yourself, connecting with your higher self, and seeing what it is that you need to do to your life in order to be able to heal yourself and to be able to just connect with that healing out here, especially in the Western world. The first thing we want to do is get a pill to change something. Even think about anything else you can do. Now, for me, the first thing I do when I get a headache is I usually will get some, even, I used to just use Vic salve and just rub some on my temples, rub it on where my third eye is, that in, and the other thing I would do is grab some water because sometimes, you have a headache because every time you have a headache it's because you need water, or I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes you need to look what's causing that. What is the root cause behind that? And so that is one of the things that I'm talking about, and one of the things to learn how to co-create their own healing. So one of the things that usually comes up when for ourselves or for others is resistance. And so we have this resistance to change because you're trying to make a change, because you're trying to transition. So what I want you to say right now, in this, say, take a deep breath, blow it out, and then flow of ever-changing life. And every time you get ready to make some changes, something else, say that I am in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. You and help your mind be triggered to stop resisting the change, to begin to have patterns that are buried deeply within us. We have to become is awareness. We have to become aware in order to heal these things. We have to. And you don't recognize that the healing power that you're looking for is within you, then our ego loves to make things complicated. And so what I find is anytime different things, and I'm taking some large giant leaps in my life, then sometimes my ear and try to make it complicated just so I can stay in that place, because it's not that the ego is evil. It's just that, so when you're getting ready to make changes, sometimes safe is not the thing that you need to do. So consider that and think about that and just really ponder the fact be safe. I want you to be safe. But when you are making changes and transitions, it doesn't feel safe. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Just stay where you are. Stay in that place where you're stuck. Stay in that place where don't do that. Don't do that. That's not gonna work. No, no, don't do that. You remember that time you tried that thing, and all that is resistance. So some things that are like resistance, because what happens is our actions are what shows our resistance. You'll be in a conversation, and they'll be asking you questions and asking you, what do you feel and why do you feel that way and all that, and you'll just start to try to change the subject of resistance. Another way is you'll just get up and leave the room. You might be watching me on Facebook Live, and I'm telling you need to know and trying to help you make that transition and begin to make those changes, and you just get up and leave the room. You ain't listening. You got to go to the bathroom. I've seen that many, many times. People sometimes have to go to the bathroom 10 times. And I mean, that is possible, but not plausible generally. And then the other thing is you might minutes late. No, y'all, no. And so, and also you might begin to procrastinate by dividing your attention, by clicking on something else, putting TV on when you're supposed to be watching me or watch somebody, and they're going to help you to transform and change your life. You might be procrastinate by wasting time. You know what you're supposed to do because our spirit knows and it shares with us and tells us. And you'll know when you know whether you resonate or not. So you'll just start wasting time and just doing all kinds of stuff. You'll start looking away or letting your mind travel and go places, and you're still sitting here, but your mind is gone. So you're not even in the building. Or in this case, you start scrolling on your phone. You just start scrolling. You don't even know what you're looking for, but you just up and you're trying to get away from making those changes that you know it's time for you to make. You will also refuse to pay attention, much eating or start drinking or start doing too much smoking. Every 2 minutes you got to have a cigarette. And so your mind, that's all your mind is. So you have to really make considerations and think about that as you're making as you're making these trends. In other ways, are you refuse to pay attention? I'm talking to you and you're looking at the cat. You are just otherwise divided. Your attention is just gone. You start with your husband or break up with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your whoever, and it don't have nothing to do with anything except creating problems. You start creating situations and things that will take your attention away. Does that sound like you? Tell me in the comments. I'm interested. Do you see yourself in any of those scenarios? We be based on faulty beliefs. So some of the assumptions that you can make is it wouldn't do any good anyway. So I'm gonna do this thing is to the rest of my life and I'm gonna die with it. It's not gonna do any good. Also, my husband, my whoever is not gonna understand. My grandma would not understand that because she is just too Christian and that right there, so no, I can't do that. I would have to change my whole personality. It would just change me. I wouldn't be me anymore. Only crazy people, only crazy people. And they couldn't help me with my problem. I tried this before. I tried that. So why do you think you can? People will come out with all kinds of stuff. And my answer to self, because you are the co-creator of your life. Whatever it is going on in your life now, you created it. Whether you are true, you created it. And then some people are like, oh, well, they can't handle my anger. They can't. My situation is different. It's not like anybody else's. It's not like anybody. I don't know anybody else that has been through, gone through. So, you can't help me. Or, I just don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to be a bother. Nobody else does it. Nobody else does it. So these are things, assumptions that you can make that are going to block your healing. And so also we grow up with beliefs that become our resistance to change. Some of the limiting ideas, it's just not right. It's not right for me to do that. That wouldn't be spiritual. Spiritual people don't get angry. Men, that we don't do that in my family. Love is just not for me. It's too late to drive. It's too much work. I can't do it. It's too expensive. That's not the right kind of person. And you keep going and going and going and going. And there are more and more and more and more beliefs that are just resistance to doing what you know you need to do. You need to get help. As the commercial says, it's somewhere because you need help. You need help. You need help. So instead of giving up your power. Especially if, some people say things like, well, God wouldn't approve of this. God wouldn't approve of that. Of healing using the creator? I mean, what are you talking about? What are you saying? And said, he doesn't want me to do this. I can't get time off from work. I don't want to be, it's his fault. You start playing the blame game and you start blaming everybody under the sun for your shit. Stop it. Stop it. And the thing is some people die with things that they didn't have out here. If you don't get help here, get help somewhere. Find somebody you resonate with, can make you, that can help you, to assist you to learn how to co-create healing for yourself. So, some self-concepts that we believe about ourselves that block, old. I'm too old. I've heard that so many times. Or I've had this since I was born. I'm going to have this until I die. I believe it means you have no compassion to change. You have no to transform into the person that God is calling you to be. And this is all about the creator, y'all. I'm too tall, I'm too lazy, it's all kinds of things. I'm too smart, I'm too dumb, you know. I didn't get that degree. I went to college for 20 years and never got a degree. Okay? All those things. They have time, you have time to get that together. And so in that self, just as so many things, like, you might say, oh, never mind, I'll do it later. I can't think about that right now. It never comes. It never comes. It's always far out in the distance. I don't have time for that, or that would take me away from church, or that would take me away from my friends, or that would, make me a better person, is what I say. Is that are based in fear. I'm afraid to tell my husband and my wife. I might get hurt. I may have to change. I would rather die first or get a divorce first. Have you heard any of these things? Have you said any of these things? I think that I hear time and time again, I'm not ready yet. Well, when are you going to get ready? When this thing kills, won't get ready. It's time to get ready. I don't want to talk about it. I don't have the energy. Who knows where I might end? Somebody might hypnotize me and make me bark like a dog. I mean, all kinds of things. I have heard so many things every time, but I get sad because that means to me that you do not care about yourself enough. You don't care enough about yourself. Or I went to an energy healer before and they didn't do anything, and they didn't, I mean, all kinds of things. It might hurt my image, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Or maybe I'm just like my mother, she's never satisfied. All kinds of things. And sometimes we look up and we want to change other people. We make this decision, we start picking them apart and seeing what's wrong with them, and we want to change them. And so this is how we do it, and that is for a minute and look at yourself and see what it is that you need to change. What it is that you can do in order to co-create your own healing. You need to look at your patterns, sit down and look at your patterns and begin to just patterns. And I tell people all the time, sit with spirit. Spirit will guide you, and spirit will show you what your patterns are. The people, and you'll begin to see them because you'll have this disgust for other people and not realizing that you have that disgust for other people within you. So you need to begin to be selfish and look at yourself and leave your damn friends alone. Healing that you need, and stop with that resistance. Now, did I say that it was easy? No. Did I say that? However, what I said was, it is possible. You can do it. You can do it. And it has nothing like that. Because whatever we're trying to release in our lives is just a symptom. It's an out the symptom without working on or dissolving the cause is useless. So this is why I see what's going on with you. Let's evaluate where this came from. Let's see how it works for you. Okay, hold on. That was too much. Okay, so as you begin to do that, and some of the things that you're saying to yourself in your head, some of the things like, I am unworthy. Okay, no, you are worthy. You were created in the likeness and the image of our creator, of God, the source. So you were created that way. So you are worthy. You are worthy no matter what you've been through. So now, the resentment that you may have for somebody else. So say you're doing a business and somebody else is doing business, skyrocket, and you see them just glow up, and then you start getting resentment and jealousy, and instead of being, and then you might want to ask them, hey, can you tell me what you did, or can you show me, or can you look at my business for me? Against what somebody else has that is good, or resentment for somebody for doing what you won't allow yourself to change, and stepping into that resistance. Um, this is going to be the end of this talk today. But right now, if you are not driving or operating heavy or otherwise occupied, because I know it's the time of day that some people are still working, um, join me and let's do a short here on a little journey. And we're going to begin to step away from some of these, heal some of these beliefs. And I want to invite you that if you would like to have a session with me where I can healing, please reach out to me on whatever platform you are on. Send me a direct message if you're on Instagram, instant message, a direct message, or whatever you call it. Or you can join me on any of my pages as well. You can come if that's something that you are interested in. If you would like to grab a healing session from me and just see, what that you are looking for, do that for me. I have quite a few other options that you can choose, as well as the link tree, and go in the link tree and hit the connection call, and we will connect and talk. You are ready to do, because that is really the key. It's like, are you ready? Because I have it here, but are you ready for it? And I don't work for you. And if you're not at the place where you're understanding that, and so it may not work like a pill. You might do the work, and then you might not feel it to the next. You feel it, and you know it, and you know that it's done. And so as you do that, and as you take these steps, use your energy for good. You really begin to focus inward. You begin to focus your patterns. You begin to see your resistance. So we're going to get into the short deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And out through the mouth, in through the nose. Join me as you see, feel, or imagine all the way into your crown chakra, into your throat chakra, into your heart chakra, all the way down through your root chakra, all the way through your legs and your feet, all the way into the heart center there. And feel the heart to heart connection between Mother Earth or Gaia and your heart. Yes, you feel it now. And then begin to bring through your legs, your feet, bring it through your solar sacral and root chakra there, and feel that heart to heart connection, and know that just like me, up and stand in your greatness. And as you bring that cord up, you see crazy. You see a child, and so you look and you see and so the child is standing there, and you see the glow around them. So you don't know what it is. You don't know if it's a human child or if it's a spiritual child, but you see it. And so as you begin cord up that bright light all the way up through all those top chakras, all the way up, past all the bright lights, take it all the way up into the heart of Christ consciousness and anchor it there. And feel the heart to heart yourself and Earth and Mother Gaia. Feel it. Don't you feel it? Yes, yes, you feel it. So as you feel that thing, just know. And then begin and look, you'll see a big, huge ball, and you'll see yourself at the center of it, Mother Earth, and you'll see an opening just the size of the ball. And so you'll go down in that opening inside the ball. Take a deep breath. Now, as you're just relaxing, and now I want you to get up out of Mother Earth and begin to walk. Take and feel the breeze on your face, feel the fresh air. Oh my God, just feel the fresh air. And to relax, relax. You've been running around and running around and running around, but it's time now to relax. It's time. It's time to really feel into offers. Just feel into them. You just keep this connection with you, and you take yourself to this place And all of a sudden, pyramids. And as you see these pyramids, and they look just like the ones in Egypt, but they're right there in front of you. And so you walk out the door will open, and you will see archangels. They'll be standing there waiting for you. Archangel Raphael is there with your healing. Archangel Michael is standing there just like a huge guardian angel that he is, ready to protect you, ready to fight on your behalf. Archangel Gabriel is standing there with all the love that you can muster. As you begin to speak to these archangels, because at first they didn't even speak, and then you realize you they're here for you. They're here for you. They're here for you. And you take a deep breath and you begin to ask them all the questions. You begin to ask them all the questions. You begin, and you say yes, because they begin to speak to you, and they begin to have questions for you, and they begin to have offers for you. And so you begin to open up your mouth and you begin to say yes. Now you're in the middle of this beautiful pyramid, and all around it are diamonds, gold, pearls, and they're just so beautiful. To make sure that you grab some things that you like, some things that you desire. Grab some diamonds and grab some jewels. And if you see some fruit, because there's fruit even there. So grab some things that you want and put them in the bag for yourself. What you need to do. And so as you are bagging up your stuff, the archangels surround you. Biggest group hug. And as they're giving you this group hug, they're speaking life into you. They're speaking against all word healing. They're giving you something special. They're speaking to you with love, something in your hand, each one of them. And they tell you to just close it and not look at it until you get outside. Stuff, all your diamonds and your jewels and your gold and everything as you're gathering that stuff up. They're beautiful. It's beautiful. Those diamonds and that gold and everything is beautiful. The fruit that you have, lunch bag for you, so that your fruit is separate from your diamonds and your jewels. And so as you are of that pyramid, the archangels are with you and they are so loving on you. They're so they've already spoken life into your cells, into your veins, into you. And you walk out of the door, and Archangel Michael closes the door behind you. And then as you walk, that has happened for you. Everything that has happened, everything, everything in your life, and through some things not because it was on your own. Some things, however, at this time, you're seeing all the things, all the things, all the things. So grateful for your life. So then as you walk, you're walking back and you're walking back down on your couch and you just relax. You just relax. And then you open your hands that the archangel has given you. Each one of them gave you something different. And I want to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more deep breath. And now you can open your eyes when you are ready. So thank you so much for hanging out at your time. Make sure that you join me on Awaken the Healer Within on Mondays and Wednesdays around 12. Sometime we'll be on at 1, sometimes 11, so somewhere around 12 noon. But make sure that you follow me when I'm going live. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest and are ready to co-create your healing. Reach out to me and let's have a conversation. And we'll thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.